Saludos everybody, welcome back to Decentshirt, where we play cards while we wear decent shirts. And for today's video, we have a short opening of Daybreak, because the sun is upon us. Alright guys, so for today's video we have a short opening on Daybreak. This is going to be the first batch of products that I ordered. Well, not the first one that I ordered, but rather the first one that arrived my home, because what I ordered from Shop Elestrals takes a while. Since I live in Puerto Rico, it takes a while to arrive, but look forward to that when it arrives. But for today's video, we got hooked up by the awesome people at Madtown Hobby that were able to sell and ship out products of Elestrals before even the Shop Elestrals team were able to send out their first. So while I am still waiting for the main batch, we still have a bunch of goodies that I'm gonna be opening up for you guys, like the Chronodile that you're seeing right now. While this is not a sponsored video, I still want to give a huge shout out to Madtown Hobby, because they are the best of the best when it comes to the sales and pricing for Elestrals products and singles. So I highly recommend that if you haven't bought from them before, you go out and check their channel in the description below. Now let's get on to the rest of the products. And outside of the curves that we got thanks to Madtown Hobby, we also got 2-pack of sleeves. And normally I'm not a person that buys the Celestial sleeves personally, because I am tied to Dragon Shield more than anything. I love Dragon Shield sleeves. However, I was told that these sleeves were upgraded to have like a matte feel, and so I'm really excited to open these sleeves up. We also have 3 blister packs of the newest Daybreak Solar Elestral Solbelle, which has an amazing effect that we're going to be discussing later on. And we also have a playmat of the newest set and the newest card, Altar of the Sun. I love that name, I love the art, and while I do have our trusty old Atlantis playmat, I do think that for the remainder of this series of videos regarding Daybreak, I'm probably gonna be using this playmat. I think it looks amazing and I look forward to opening this product. Alright, then to start off, we're probably going to start with our newest playmat, which I was super excited to order. I don't normally buy myself too many stadium mats, but this one's just looked amazing. So give me a moment while I open these really quickly. And alright, so we do love our good old trusty Atlantis, but for the following videos we're probably going to be using this new playmat. Look at this! Oh my goodness, isn't that stunning? Alright, this is amazing. Oh, we are noticing that it's a little bit smaller. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's a little bit smaller than the Kickstarter playmat that we got, like the one that we have here with the Atlantis one. But it's very pretty. Oh my god. And also it seems to be a little bit thinner. That seems to be a trend with the newest playmats. Like also the ones from Frostbolt tended to be like that as well. They're a little bit thinner than the ones on Atlantis. But regardless, I'm excited to use this playmat. Let's get on to opening our packs. Well, before I do that, let me make sure to organize. Let me put this in frame. Okay, I think that should work. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to open outside of the mat is gonna be these new sleeves. I was very excited when Dan announced them, not only because of their spectacular, I have to say, spectacular artwork, much like the playmat that we have right now, but also because of the new feel for these mats, not mat sleeves, sorry. If you look at it, it's been upgraded to a matte feel, and it feels super smooth. Like, oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that feels really good. And so I decided to buy 2 pack sleeves. I first bought the ones of the Altar of Sun because, like I said, I love the art. Look at that. It's just amazing. I'm really excited to play with these sleeves in particular. We also do have the ones of the Lunarape. I'm not super excited about playing with those ones, but still good to have. But these are not the only ones that I bought. I also bought ones for Fire Guys. Regardless, one of the best things about this is the fact that these upgraded sleeves are gonna be actually good for shuffling. Like in the past, the ones that we got were a little bit too glossy. Let me see if I can find out. Oh, there we go. Here we have one of the Kickstarter ones from Scepter, and you're going to see that they're a little bit like glossy, right? They're like, they feel really good, they look really good, but at least for shuffling, they're not the best. So we definitely got a huge upgrade, and it's a huge thanks to the Elestrals team for being able to actually produce quality sleeves. These sleeves beat the marks out of many of the other TCG's exclusive sleeves, so I'm really excited to play with these. Let me put these back. There we go. So these are not the only sleeves that I bought. Like I said before, I also bought myself the ones of Fair Guys, and let me see if I can put these back really quickly, and let me get and search for the other ones. Give me a moment. Putting everything to the side, and might as well put the blisters there, right? We did get 3 of the blisters of Solbelle. These are not the only blisters that I bought, but I am excited to play with these. But before we do that, let's get on to the other pack of sleeves that I bought. The ones of Fair Guys. I am absolutely in love with the design and the art for the box topper of Fair Guys. Fair Guys is one of the new cards in Daybreak that I'm the most excited to play with. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh, that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Like, I don't know who was in charge of this art, but I think that if it was Elite Four, he just knocked it out of the park. And if it wasn't Elite Four, if it was someone else, regardless, hats off to you. You guys are amazing. This art is one of my absolute favorites, and you just threw it out of the ballpark. We also do have the ones of the camels. Yeah, the one here. They're also very pretty. I might use it for some other deck. We also have the ones of the Lunarape, which I didn't really feature too much in the other, right? Pack opening sleeves, whatever you call it. But now that we've finished discussing and describing our beautiful sleeves, let's get on to what you really came for, the 3 packs of blister packs. So let me open these. Dan always makes this super good quality, which is a little bit of a detriment to all content creators that have to open these. But okay, so we have the back. Oh, well, look at that. So the promo came with like a sleeve, and actually a pretty good sleeve. They're a little bit bended to the sides, but like you can feel it in the feel of the sleeve. So one of the things that they told us was that the new promos and all the holos, all the cards were going to come in a new quality of cardstock similar to the ones of Kickstarter, which will allow for the cards to not bend as easily, which was a huge problem that we got in Frostfall. But it seems to be fixed, and if you look at it, like, wow, like it's not bent like at all. Like, it's really good quality. So I'm really excited. This is really huge for Elestrals. Okay, there we go. See? Alright, so if you don't know what Solbelle does, basically Solbelle has a lot of synergy with many of the main casts of Daybreak, particularly with the Divine Rune, which, if you don't know what a Solbreak does, or not Solbreak, a Solbelle does, Solbelle basically says that while it's in play, your Polos can foretell 2 additional cards instead of the usual 3. And if you don't know what Foretell does, Foretell is very similar to Ask Travis effect, where you get to look at the top cards. In this case, for Apollo, you get to look at 3. But regardless of what you do with these cards, or if you decide to add them or don't add them, you get to, instead of shuffling back, you get to put them in any order that you like on top of your deck. it is different to Ash Rabbit, not only because you don't shuffle, but also because your opponent has to see these cards, but they don't get to see the order in which you put these cards. So that's a really good effect, and it's now like a staple mechanic of the game. Solbelle will basically allows you to use Apollo's effect extended, right? And it has a second effect that when you foretell a Soul Stocks, you are allowed to ascend this card on top of it, right? Or like ascend over this card. And that's really strong because you're going to see that Soul Stocks has a really good synergy with Apollo. But if we open it, then we'll go into details. Hopefully we will. Alright, so let's see. Apollo and Solbelle is really strong in their own right because you do still get to look at 5 cards instead of 3, which is a huge difference if you've played any TCG before. Alright, so opening this pack, and they did fix the pack opening trick where the spirit in the back had to move to the front, and now you don't have to like mess it up. They were able to fix it, so I'm really excited. And look at that scepter, that's really good. I love that art with the field and everything. Alright, we got Sundial. You definitely feel the like the feel of these cards feels a lot more like Kickstarter. They feel really good. Alright, we got Glimbat, which is like a new hand trap that we got. We got Nebuleo, which is really good. It's like a Tectorus but for Daybreak or for Solar, right? I keep confusing these cards, but really good. We also seem to have Peaklim. Peaklim is actually pretty good. It's very underrated. It has really cool, interesting like dynamics or synergies with Altar of Stars and any card that allows you to Nexus, because you're able to then target an Celestial and lower it to 0. So really cool card. We do also have our Lumaroo. It seems like this is like the solar pack, which is perfect for the first pack. We also have, oh, there we go, Farfel. Again, it's a really cool idea of an effect. I don't see it really being played a lot, but it does incentivize your opponent to not play it. We also have the Barabog reprint, and we have Scavacol. Scavacol is a new card similar to the Ascension of Rummagem, which I am blanking out right now on it. But it basically allows you to expend 1 fire to search for 2 cards that either have 1 or 2 fire costs as the requirement. So that's really solid. It's a new searcher for fire, which is never too shabby. It is a 2 cost, so it's like a little bit expensive to try to get to the effect, but still pretty decent. And we also have Cyclovenom, which has interesting synergies with the new Wind Celestial that is like the pre-ascension of Cyclovenom. Basically, it allows you to special cast 1 when you destroy a Celestial, so that's pretty decent. I would have preferred it to be from the Underworld, but you know, still pretty decent. It does add new tools to the Windburn deck. So, alright, moving on to our second blister pack. Let's see what we pull out of this one. So far, no holo, except our Stellar, but we're really excited about those, so no worries. Regardless, we have a lot of more Elestrals Daybreak product openings in the future for this channel, so don't worry. This is just like a small glimpse at it. Alright, let's, there we go, let's take it out of the sleeves. Again, these sleeves are pretty decent, and again, really excited to have my second copy of it. Opening now the pack. Oof, I've gotten a lot better at opening these packs. Thank goodness. There was a time where it was really hard. Alright, we do have Bloom, which is a new rune. Don't Poke the Bear, which is for all those believers, those Ursa believers. This new card is going to get you very excited. We do have this one. We have the Chitara. Chitara's pretty cool. New Nexus for Daybreak. Daybreak did get 2, so we got Sundial. We got Soul Sucks. There we go. So the Soul Sucks is the card that I was referring to with the Solbelle. Basically, if you are foretelling it, whether what that is by Apollo or whatever it is, if you were able to foretell it, then you are able to ascend into Soul Sucks. And Soul Sucks does say that when it's special ascended, you are able to enchant 2 solar spirits from the Underworld to one of your cards. Normally it's going to be used for the Apollo, because then you get to disenchant 1 to destroy a card. So it's really good. Alright, we got a Barabog. Oh, there we go. We got a Celestleo. So Celestial is pretty cool. If you don't know what it does, it's a 3 cost, 12 attack, 14 defense, and basically it says that you can foretell 4, and if you happen to find solar Elestrals out of those 4 cards that you foretell, then you get to add them to your hand. But it doesn't really end there, because it also allows you to destroy cards regarding the amount of solar Elestrals that you added through this effect. So this is really good, because not only is Celestial adding consistency to your deck by first adding cards to your hand, also changing the position or the order of cards in your top deck to make sure that you draw to the cards that you actually need, but you also get to destroy cards. Now, Celestial does have the syndrome of the Ascensions, which is the fact that normally they're going to not be very like, how do I say, they're going to be easy to out because they don't have a lot of protection. You're going to need other forms of protection, or just hope that your opponent doesn't have the out, like an Earthquake or resting on your laurels. So that does detriment this card, but it's still really good as a finisher, as a way to add. And you do have ways to potentially add this card in the first turn. Like you can actually cast this one in the first turn if you get super lucky with your Nebuleos and your Leo Brights, and then casting your Celestial. But that's more often than not that is not going to be the case. Still a really decent card. I do already have my Shatter Stars Celestial, so I don't really need this card, but still nice pull. I still am excited to see what people do with this, and I'm excited also to build my own Celestial deck. So let's put that to the side, and now let's open our last blister pack for this video. Alright, again, Dan does these too well. It's a little bit, there we go. Let me see. Yeah, trying to, even with the new cards, like I don't want to bend this card, so I'm trying to be careful. There we go. Alright, and that's our playset of Solbelles. I'm definitely going to be building, well, I already have one in the app, and I'm excited to share it with you guys soon. But I'm hoping that once I get my product in, then I can show you the deck profile for my Solar Cows deck, which is going to be really fun and actually really strong. So, let's open these packs. Okay. Alright. We have, for our first one, we do have an Owluna. I'm actually really excited for this card. I want as many Owloons as possible, because I don't think that the decks bring all that many Owloons. And while we don't have that many lunar cards, it's still very excited to have at least 20 of these. Alright, we do have our Catmel. Alright, we Corvus Shine. Lucky, really solid card. Pandolins, one of the first lunar cards. Alright, Crossbar, and we have, oh, Catmel and Bearbog again. 3 Bearbogs, 3 for 3. And let's see what do we have behind this card. Oh, it's another Scovical. Can we get a holo out of this? Like, last card, let's see. And it's a Cyclovenom. Alright, so really excited to open more packs of these. Only got 1 holo if you don't count the sellers, but I'm still excited for some of the cards that we opened. We did open a good batch of the newest cards, so I think it's a good preview for what is to come with Daybreak. Alright, let's set up our 3 Solbelles over here. And well, having said that, I think that I'm going to sign off here. Thank you for watching. The question of the day is, which of the 3 blister packs are you most excited to open? Is it going to be the Solbelle? Is it going to be the Lunarape? Or are you excited to open the new Lumaroo? Either way, I think all 3 are pretty solid options to open. My personal favorite is probably going to be the Lunarape, but that doesn't mean that it has to be yours. Alright guys, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'll be signing off. Decentshirt, signing out.